Now to President Trump taking on the Russia investigation, blasting the special counsel and the FBI in a series of tweets over the weekend. Now, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are warning the president. Our senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega has the latest on that. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hi, Robin. Good morning to you. The White House has publicly said at least 10 times that President Trump has no plans to fire Robert Mueller. But those weekend tweets and his own lawyers call for an end to this special counsel investigation have many in this city worried about President Trump's next steps. This morning, both Republicans and Democrats have a stern warning for President Trump. Do not fire Robert Mueller.
If he tried to do that, that would be the beginning of the end of his presidency.
This would undoubtedly result in a constitutional crisis.
Washington sounding the alarm after the president's personal attorney over the weekend called on the Justice Department to end the special counsel's inquiry into ties between Russia and Team Trump.
The entire thing has been a witch hunt, and there is no collusion.
The Russia story is a total fabrication.
I call it the Russian hoax.
Overnight, a White House lawyer trying to ease concerns, saying the White House yet again confirms that the president is not considering or discussing the firing of the special counsel, Robert Mueller. But President Trump spent his weekend behind closed doors lashing out on Twitter. 7 tweets in 2 days, escalating his attacks on the Russia probe and its key players. Blasting sanctimonious James Comey, even naming Mueller for the first time, saying the Mueller probe should never have been started in that there was no collusion and there was no crime. It started late Friday night with the firing of FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, ousted less than 2 days before he was set to retire, his benefits stripped.
You cannot stop the men and women of the FBI from doing the right thing.
McCabe denies any wrongdoing, but an inspector general report concluded he authorized a conversation between FBI officials and a journalist about a Clinton Foundation probe, and then he misled investigators about it. While the president called McCabe's ouster a great day for democracy, McCabe says he was let go as, quote, part of this administration's ongoing war on the FBI and the efforts of the special counsel investigation. Sources tell ABC News McCabe has been interviewed by Mueller's team and that McCabe documented his conversations with the president and handed over those memos to Mueller's investigators. But in one of his many tweets this weekend, President Trump says that he spent very little time with Andrew McCabe and that he never saw him taking any notes. Some Democrats are now saying that it is time to pass legislation to protect formally Robert Mueller's investigation. And Robin, in perhaps the most extraordinary response to all of this weekend's events, former CIA Director John Brennan's public takedown of President Trump. Take a look at this tweet. Quote, when the full extent of your venality, moral turpitude, and political corruption becomes known, you will take your rightful place as a disgraced demagogue in the dustbin of history. That from the former CIA director, Robin.
Yes, that got a lot of attention. As you said, just one of many tweets that we saw this weekend. We know that the president is heading to New Hampshire today.
He is, Robin, the place he once called a drug-infested den. He will be there today, along with First Lady, to talk about the opioid crisis. Among his proposals, Robin, he is calling for stricter penalties for drug dealers, including the death penalty.
All right, Cecilia, thank you.